Hi Josh, this is Jasmine from Sprout SEO Solutions. I'm just shooting this quick video to talk to you about how you can get more traffic to your websites and in turn get some more customers. So let's get right into it. I have your website pulled up here, and first I want to say love the imagery. Your website is laid out very nicely. Super easy to read, very easy to go through. I love these the images that are gonna lead to different service pages. So overall, like, it looks really well and it's easy to navigate. I also really like that you have links to Google reviews because that's important. Overall, very nice. The only thing that I would say is that there's not quite enough content on this page. And the reason I say that is because we know that Google likes to see roughly 1,500 words of content. And this is because Google has what are called crawlers. Now, what these crawlers do is they go through your website and they read your content. And they use that content to better understand what your website's about. So that content is going to be how Google understands what sorts of services you offer, where you offer them, etc. And now when we're talking about content, it's really important to talk about keywords. So keywords are just specific words or phrases that you can put on your website. So for example, if someone needed roofing services, they might go ahead and go to Google and search in the search bar something like roofing installation, Neenah, Wisconsin, roofing installers near me, roofing services, Wisconsin. All of these are examples of different keywords. And now when you have these keywords on your website, that helps Google understand that your website is talking about those and that your website is relevant. And this is important because when Google knows this, then when someone makes those searches on Google, Google will know that your website is one of the sites that should be popping up as a result. So I went ahead and did a quick search, a quick Google search for roofing installation Neenah, Wisconsin, just as an example of a keyword that you might want to be ranking for. I'm going to skip these first results here because all of these are ads, which means someone paid to be there. And I want to bring your attention to this area here called the Google Map Pack. Now we're going to ignore this first one because we can see this is also an ad. But in general, being in this map pack is a really, really good place for your website to be. And now this is because the map pack is the first thing that pops up underneath those ads, which means that people are a lot more likely to click on businesses that they find here as opposed to continuing to scroll down the page. And we know that more clicks and more visitors to your website means more chances for people to turn into customers. So I want to give you just a few tips and tricks to get into the top 3 in the Google Map Pack here. The first tip is to make sure that you have a Google My Business profile. That's what all of these are. And you want to make sure that when you make it, you fill it out appropriately. Now, what I mean by this is that you're filling that out. The little bio section should have roughly 750 words, ideally including some of those keywords like we just talked about. And you also want to make sure that you have some good quality pictures on there and that you're posting. Secondly, if you want to get into the top 3 in the map pack, it's important that you have good reviews. So the more good reviews that you have, the more that Google understands that your business is trustworthy and reputable and that it's helping people who are searching. This makes Google a lot more likely to place you in the top 3 of these results here. One little tip, most people know that reviews are important, but they don't know that responding to reviews is equally as important. So you'll want to go ahead and make sure that you're responding to any reviews that you get. Finally, another way to get into here and to stay here is to get citations. Now, citations are just anywhere out on the wild web where your business information is listed. So think your business name, phone number, address, etc. And really, this is going to come from online directories. So you'll want to think of places like Yellow Pages, Angie's List, Home Advisor. Those are all really good examples of online directories. Now, when we scroll past the Google Map Pack, we finally hit what's called the organic search results. So the first two we have here are online directories, so we're not going to pay them too much attention, but we are going to stop and look at this here. This is the first company that we see, Motto and Sons Roofing and Construction, so we're going to want to go ahead and pull that up and take a look at their website. You can see they have some imagery, we've got content here. I see a similar setup to the way you did yours. So we have pictures, and then we have, again, more content, some reviews, video stuff. So they have a little bit more content than you do, but still not a ton. So they're not hitting those 1,500 words that Google likes to see, which means it's a perfect opportunity for you to go in and get more content there and be able to rank. And so now what I have pulled up is this paid tool that I use called Ahrefs. It is a search engine optimization tool that I use to analyze different websites. So I went ahead and threw your competitor's website in here, and I want to bring your attention to these two scores here, the DR and UR scores. So DR is just an indicator of how strong Google thinks your website is, and UR is an indicator of how trustworthy it is. And both of these scores are going to be influenced by backlinks. So backlinks are links anywhere out on the wild web, on a website that's separate from your own. And when someone clicks on one of those links or buttons, it takes them back to your website. The more good quality backlinks that you have, the higher these scores are going to go. And when you have higher DR and UR scores, Google is a lot more likely to rank you higher in that organic section. Additionally, you'll see your competitor is ranking for 106 keywords, so just stressing the importance of those keywords here. So we see they're ranking for stuff like construction companies in Appleton, roofing, gutter cleaning, so services, right? Which is really, really good. It looks like they're not in the first position for most of these. It looks like for a lot of these keywords, they are actually sitting on the second page of Google. So that means you should be able to beat them out easily with some thought, right? So if we go ahead and look at your scores, you've got a DR of 14 and a UR of 12. So you've got some good scores there. Not a ton of backlinks, so that's something to work on. And really the reason we're not seeing your website pop up is because you're only ranking for 17 keywords. So the more keywords you get on your site, and again, that's going to come back to construction, right? The more keywords you have, the higher you're going to start ranking. And the more potential you have to beat out your competitors and get those clicks instead. I hope that you found this video educational and informative. If you have any questions at all or want to continue speaking, please feel free to reach out to me. And even if you don't have any questions, if you could just drop me a line of feedback, let me know what you liked about this video or what you didn't, I would really appreciate it. All right, thank you so much.